We're gonna rise up. We're gonna rise up. Rise up. We're gonna rise up. Open your eyes up. Open your eyes up. Eyes up. We're gonna rise up. We're all together, and there is strength in numbers. Through wind and weather, through driving rain and thunder, we're gonna rise up. Open your eyes up, eyes up. We're gonna rise up. We're singing out now, so you can hear us coming. Without a doubt now, we're like a river running. We're gonna rise up. Open your eyes up, eyes up. We're gonna rise up. In the dark times, we're gonna love each other. In broken heart times, protecting one another. We're gonna rise up. Open your eyes up, eyes up. We're gonna rise up.
In the shelter of each other. In the shelter of our lives, we are open, we are dreaming, we are hopeful, we are wise. Ah, yeah. Sing that with me again. It's easy. In the shelter of each other, in the shelter of our lives, we are open, we are dreaming.
Our people gonna rise.
Our people gonna rise.
Our people gonna rise. Listen to our cries through the pain and lies. Our people gonna rise. Our people gonna sing.
Our people gonna sing.
Our people gonna sing. In spite of everything, hear our freedom ring. Our people gonna sing. Our people gonna fight.
Our people gonna fight.
Our people gonna fight for what we know is right. From marching to the night, our people gonna fight. Our people gonna grieve.
Our people gonna grieve.
Our people gonna grieve. Whatever you believe, we have the right to breathe. Our people gonna grieve.
Hello, folks. You are in the right place at the right time. And you are joining us. Hi, look at all those beautiful faces. You are joining us for our end of the month concerts. We've been having these monthly concerts and it's been so much fun. Okay. I'm just looking at notes. You know how it is when we're performing on live, on tech. There's a lot to look at. So anyway, I'm Sandy O from Emma's Revolution. Glad you're joining us today.
And I'm Pat Humphreys. Thanks so much for being with us.
And we want to give a great big shout out to our tech team who help us get things running. That was Marcy running the opening video for us. And we've got Alice who's going to be posting there on Facebook Live. We've got Toby and Moria and Radha and Paula who are also part of our tech team. So thank you all so much for all you do to make this run smoothly. We're doing a concert for you today. And our big news is that we did a concert outside with real full
Like for real.
3D people last night. And it was kind of extraordinary. We saw a whole person of two people that we usually see on screen, and it was kind of wild and shocking and lovely. So but we are also thrilled to be able to keep doing these online concerts, and because it's a concert, we do invite you to make a contribution. Your contributions today will be shared among these amazing artists who are joining us here, and there's going to be a link in your chat here in Zoom, and there will be a link on your post in Facebook for a place where you can donate, and all the donations today will be split among the artists. And I want to invite folks on Facebook Live. We're glad you're here with us. You can come join us in Zoom room if you would like. There's a link at the top of your post. And so we're going to kick things off, and we have these two wonderful guests with us today, Maggie Wheeler and Reggie Harris, and we'll tell you more about them as we introduce them to you in this round robin concert.
So this is one of the songs that we wrote in captivity. I've been thinking about this sort of extended captivity that we're all in. We were so hoping there for a while that there might be an opening to get back to being 3D. But I needed a reminder myself that we have what we need to get through this. I know that that's not the case with everybody, but that there is, this internal strength that we have mustered to endure all the losses, all the things that we've gotten through so far. So just to remind myself and to remind all of you that, that we have these things in reserve to the extent that we have them, and to call those up, and to call those up for one another, for the folks that are really struggling through this time. Because there are just reminders all around us. So this is Wash Away Stone. When I wake up in the morning and I open my eyes, I remember to be grateful for the bright blue skies, and I wonder what I'm here for. Give me meaning, I pray, for the breath in this body I've been given today. And I listen to the wind as she whispers low, I am always here, you are not alone. Hold firmly to your power, your blood and bone. Water and a gale will wash away stone. Unsteady on my feet as I rise from my bed, I need a song to quiet all the noise in my head. Memories of heartache unresolved from the past, I'm ready to release them from my spirit at last. And I listen to the wind as she whispers low, I am always here, you are not alone. Hold firmly to your power, your blood and bone. Water and a gale will wash away stone. May my heart be strengthened, my purpose be clear. May I always remember the path that led here. Children of ancients, seeds of the soil, born of resistance, beauty and toil. And I listen to the wind as she whispers low, I am always here, you are not alone. Hold firmly to your power, your blood and bone. Water and a gale will wash away stone. Hold firmly to your power, your blood and bone. Water and a gale will wash away stone. Water and a gale will wash away stone. Water and a gale will wash away stone.
Always want to make the wind sound at the end there. Thank you so much. And when we played live last night, there was wind. It was windy.
It was right on
It
cue.
was right on cue. And right on cue, we are going to bring up our first guest today, who's joining us. He is such a wonderful friend. We love him. Couldn't ask for a more fun person to get to sing a harmony with. He makes up a bunch of interesting sounds, but we won't get to do that across Zoom. So he's not only a singer and a songwriter, but he's a storyteller, and he uses his own story, a really important story about racism and this country, to make change in the world. So please join me in welcoming. Now, where is he?
He's over here somewhere.
I said I'd be able to find him.
Well, you.
Please welcome our friend Reggie Harris. Hey.
Hello.
Oh, hey. Thank you both. And I love you as well. And I was already singing harmony on that song.
Right on. Well, we will let you take it over from here. We'd love to hear from you.
Well, thank you. And it's such a pleasure to be with all of you and with Maggie today. I am in Michigan today after spending most of the week in Maine. So I guess I'm doing a tour of the M states. I'm not going to Montana. I'm telling you that. I'm not going there right now. Anybody here from Montana? Yeah, you can invite me. Well, at any rate, I could be in Montana right now. But what I am is grateful for the opportunity to not only be with you, but to sing. You mentioned captivity, and certainly we are in an extended version of the captivity that we have been experiencing over the last, well, how long ever it's been. And I decided once you started singing that song that I was going to go to the song that comes out of captivity. And it has connected people in captivity throughout the centuries, actually. It's been around for a long, long time, this song. And it is in the same key, and I just felt like I was going to resonate right in. And it's also about water. So, I always try to pick these themes up. This song is what fueled the liberation of my people. And we're still working on that, as we all know. However, they began singing Wade in the Water because they heard the stories of Jews in Egypt thousands of years before they found themselves in bondage here in America. And they said, God's going to trouble the water. And we have no idea fully what they meant by that, except that the stories out of Egypt came that there was a man who, when the Jews got to the Red Sea and saw that they were in deep, deep trouble with the army pursuing them and the water in front of them, they said, we are waiting, expecting a miracle. And as they waited, one man, it is said, Nakshun is the name, he waded into the water on faith that something would happen. Well, Harriet Tubman waded into the water. Martin Luther King Jr. waded into the water, as did Fannie Lou Hamer. And I've been wading in the water all these years because they're examples for me and all of those people whose names we don't know who just kept the faith alive. So as I was watching the news this week and seeing all of those new troubled waters that we're facing, well, I always go back to this song. Did my Lord deliver Daniel? Did my Lord deliver Daniel? Did my Lord deliver Daniel? Did my Lord? Did my Lord deliver Daniel? He was in the lion's den. Sat with those three boys in the fiery furnace till they could get cool again. Stood with the people by the edge of the sea. It was with Jonah in the belly of the whale. Well, when my people heard those stories, they said, there ain't no way we're gonna fail, 'cause we're gonna wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the, sing it with me, say, wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. I say, God's gonna trouble the water. Well, who were those children all dressed in red? God God's gonna trouble the water. Must be the one that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water. Children say, who are those children all are dressed in white? God's gonna trouble the water. They must be the ones getting ready to fly. God's gonna trouble them. Get in the water now, wait in the water. Wait in the water, children, wait in the water. God's gonna trouble, sing it over, sing it over, sing it, wait in the water. Wait now, children, wait in the water. God's gonna trouble them. Who with those children all are dressed in blue? Say God's gonna trouble the water. Must be the ones that made it through. You know God's gonna trouble the water. Say now, who with those children all dressed in black? God's gonna trouble the water. They never, 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 never. Never no, 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 never, 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 never no, never no, never no, never no. They're just not going back. And why would they? No, 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 no. 'Cause they're walking the freedom. Well, children say it. You don't believe we can be set free. Say God's gonna trouble the water. Well, it's up to you and it's up to me. God's gonna trouble the water. Hey, if you don't think you can be redeemed, just follow me down to the Jordan Street. God's gonna trouble the. You better sing and say, wait in the water, wait. God's gonna trouble, gonna sing it one more time. Wait in the water, wait in the water, children, wait in the water. God's gonna trouble them water. Say God's gonna trouble the water. Children say God's gonna trouble the. You know that God's gonna trouble them. You say that God's gonna trouble the water.
Way to get it started. Okay, now you said Jordan, and I thought you were about to say we're going out to Georgia, and God's going to.
And why wouldn't we?
Yeah, or Texas. We got lots of places we need to trouble the water. Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah. Oh God.
Well, thank you so much, Reggie. Thanks for coming on. We're going to be swinging back to Reggie in this round robin, but now we want to bring up our second guest.
Yes, we are so pleased to have our friend Maggie Wheeler. Maggie has done many, many things in her life. In addition to her work as an actor, as a voiceover artist, in her free time, she writes songs and sings. And then, if that weren't enough, she's also directing a beautiful, beautiful choir down in LA called the Golden Bridge. And she has been doing that for 15, 16 years. And she's an incredibly multi-talented woman. And we have this amazing story because she was there. Let's bring her up. She was there when I very reluctantly, but I was still determined, but I was terrified. Went to this songwriting workshop at the Omega Institute in 1984. and I wrote this song called Keep On Moving Forward. It was called Never Turning Back then. And it turns out in the very same camp, taking a workshop from Susan Freundlich. If you remember, Susan Freundlich was the sign language interpreter for Holly Near and many others, but especially Holly Near in those years, was Maggie Wheeler. And she heard my song, and in fact, she has a photo. I don't think that I have any photos from that time. You have the only photo ever.
I just found it. I mean, after all these years, I was trying to find, I was looking for some memorabilia to show one of my daughters, and out pops this thing, and it says Omega first year or something like that. What's in there?
And so we've been sort of hanging in the background of one another's lives for all of these years. And then recently, finally, our paths converged.
Now we are in the spotlighted foreground, and this, people, is Maggie Wheeler. We are so happy to have you here joining us.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be invited to sing. I'm humbled and I'm honored.
We know you're such a busy person. Thank you so much for joining.
Oh my gosh, you kidding me? Best invitation of the week.
Give
All
us
right.
a song. Yes.
So yeah, I love to get myself out of speaker view so that I can look at all of you and not just me. So I'll do that. Click that button. So the song I'm going to share with you is a song called "Maybe I'll Sing," also written in this past year and a half. Early on, actually. Oh, let's see. I don't know. Actually, I was going to see if it has a month on it, but it doesn't. So yeah, I was trying to figure out how to metabolize all of these things that, in my experience, were getting stuck in my body. All of the fear and the worry and the grief and yeah, everything that was happening. And I was fortunate enough to be singing every week, directing the choir online and gathering all of these amazing people on Saturdays for an event called Together in Song. And singing was just such a life raft for all of us, for so many of us. And so this song really came out of that, out of how singing can change the way we're feeling. So let me just, I love, thank you, Toby, for putting these lyrics in there. Okay, let's go. Here we go. Maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm mad, maybe that's why my body feels bad. Maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm hurt, maybe my brain's on high alert. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll shout, maybe I'll let my feelings out. Maybe I'll stand in the rain, maybe I'll let go of my pain. Maybe I'll trust, maybe I'll pray, maybe that's how I'll find the way. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I feel dark despair, maybe that's why I can't get air. Maybe I'm laden down with grief, maybe that's why I need relief. Maybe I'll cry, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll let my true voice ring. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll see, maybe I'll let myself be free. Maybe I'll dance, maybe I'll run, maybe I'll stand out in the sun. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm mad, maybe that's why my body feels bad. Maybe my heart needs to grieve, maybe that's why it's hard to breathe. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll shout, maybe I'll let my feelings out. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll see, maybe I'll let myself be free. Maybe I'll trust, maybe I'll pray, maybe that's how I'll find the way. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing.
Woo, yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, so beautiful. So
Thank you.
beautiful. And then you give us the chance to say, maybe I will sing, maybe I will dance. you know?
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
It's a great reminder.
Thank
It's a really
you.
great reminder.
Yeah.
Well, we have also been doing these things, as many of you know, online since the very beginning of this thing, mostly so that we could just stay in touch with you all, with our work, with this sense of, what it is that we do in the world. There's so much going on. There's so much activism. There's so many things for us to sort of address politically, but I'm also just sort of reminded that it's also okay to just step back a moment and think about all the things, all the good things going on in our lives, as even in the face of all these other things. And so I decided that maybe instead of do a activist song for every single one of these things, which we were headed toward, maybe we'll just
maybe
pause.
we'll sing,
Maybe we'll sing, maybe we'll sing.
And before we do sing this song, let me just remind you that you are here at a concert. This is our Sunday concert in the round. We do this the last Sunday of every month. And because it's a concert, we do invite you to make a contribution. Any contributions you make today will be split among these wonderful artists. So please do support their work. Please support our work. There's a link in the chat on Zoom and over on Facebook. And thanks to our team for posting all those chats and etc. And great to have all the folks joining us on Facebook Live. Thanks for being here. This is a song from Maine. Weren't we just talking about Maine earlier?
That's right. I will go with you where stone meets the ocean. I will go with you when the moon is high, when the night is still, and you reach to find me. I will go with you.
I will be with you as the dawn is breaking. I will be with you in the morning light. Hold you in my arms. Feel you lie beside me. I will be with you. In the hush of my voice, in the touch of my hand, in the salt of my tears. Love is.
I will stand with you in this hour of witness.
I will stand with you with an open heart,
Trusting in this love, all we are creating. I will stand with you. In the hush of my voice, in the touch of my hand, in the salt of my tears. Love is in the
Lots of little love thrown your way. Oops, hard to reach the controls today. Come on up, Reggie Harris.
That was gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Maine, huh?
Thank you.
Well, I just spent the last week in Maine, and it was an amazingly beautiful week, and I had, for the first time in a long time, getting away and actually getting some rest. And I didn't realize that I was going to plunge as deeply as I did into a state of just kind of recovering my body and spirit, but I guess it was initiated by the fact that I was there to visit my cousin Lisa, who is my white cousin from the Masters side of the family. Lisa invited me up to their place in Stonington on Deer Isle, and we are continuing this embrace of each other as cousins since we met in 2012 and walked the property in Virginia that both of our families started. Hickory Hill is the name of the property, and through a series of incidents and accidents, we had the opportunity to meet each other on a phone call. And then I made my way eventually to Richmond, Virginia, where I met my cousin Lisa. Our shared relative is Williams Carter Wickham, the great-great-grandfather of both of us. He had 6 children by a person in slavery named Bib Hanna, who was owned by he and his wife, Mary Penn Taylor Wickham. And Lisa and I had an amazing conversation, and then I started to meet the rest of the Wickham clan. Always a little nervous about using the word clan, but no, we'll get by that. So over these years, since 2012, we have been working on developing, opening, forming a relationship so that all of us, the Wickhams and the Hewletts, don't have to be defined by the fact that we came together because the Wickhams owned the Hewletts. And I was just thrilled that this week I was able to spend an entire week with Lisa, mostly just focusing on the fact that we are human beings trying to make a difference in the world. And to just share time and laughter and also talk about some of the issues that are facing all of us. So I thought I would share this afternoon the song that came out of that walk that we took. Walking on 3,000 acres of land that now has been divided into a very high-level subdivision. History keeps moving on. But that 2-hour walk that we took that day opened new opportunities and changed us in so many different ways. So this is called Hickory Hill. Barren fields to the horizon, ghosts of autumn catch the wind, memories of those saints and sinners gather round to haunt us once again. Now we're finally here together, standing silent face to face. Secret family undercover, born of shame, saved by hope and grace. Hickory Hill, we're on hallowed ground, walking side by side, wondering what we found. Hearts break open wide across the great divide. I can see the questions in your eyes now that we are home again. They celebrate the grand illusion, and they write it up for all to see. But in that mystery of confusion, there lies a truth that might one day set us free. So now our stories come together across these fields of broken dreams. Blood that binds us all together is indeed much thicker than it seems. Oh, Hickory Hill, we're on hallowed ground, walking side by side, wondering what we found. Hearts break open wide across the great divide. Can you see the questions in my eyes now that we are home again? We are home again. Hickory Hill, we're on solid ground, standing side by side, wondering what we found. Hearts break open wide across the great divide. Can you hear those demons as they die now that we are home again?
Oh my goodness. It is such a beautiful song, and it's such a
Hold
Such
on,
an-
we had to pop up.
such an incredible story, Reggie. It just so breaks my heart every time I hear you reference it, and Allison and I were out at a relative of hers to clear out some family things because this relative died, and there was a farm there by the name of Wickham, and a road by the name of Wickham, and a farm stand, and every time I passed it, I just thought of you. And out on the end of Long Island, and
Wow.
I couldn't get those images out of my head. And I have a connection to Stonington. My professors from Kent State, one of them sent students up, and I was one of them, to do an independent study in being an independent musician. No, actually at that time I was being a visual artist.
Oh, oh.
And so I lived in Stonington for a summer.
Really?
And our song "Coast of Maine" is actually the song that Sandy wrote after returning to Stonington after many years, and all of the challenges there of those seacoast towns, and the all of the ancestors of folks that are trying to struggle on that land. So, oh my God,
Wow.
you always just tear
connection.
me up.
Yeah, and I'm going to bring up Maggie since we're all up here. And just to also add for you, Reggie, there's a town called Hewlett on Long Island. And that's why, and I know,
really?
Mag, you have some New York. Yeah, there is a town called Hewlett, so check that out. And you have some New
Okay.
York connections, right, Maggie?
I'm born and raised.
All right.
Absolutely.
We too, but we both lost our accents, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that far behind. I can. Just a button press.
Let's turn
It's
it
always
over.
in there.
I've been there, right. Let's turn it over to you, Maggie. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Reggie. That was just profound and so beautiful.
Maggie.
What an amazing gathering. The song I'm going to sing with you is not a song that I've ever sung in these contexts, but it jumped up last night and said, sing me, so I'm going to do it. It's a song that I wrote after I went to be a song leader, facilitator at an event in Santa Cruz called Song Village. And I had the good fortune of getting together with a number of wonderful people and sharing song over a weekend. And so this song came out of the idea, which has now just been expanded and expanded over the last year and a half, of this tribe of people who do this work and who carry song and who invite people to the table to sing together. It's called Tribe. And I had the opportunity to perform it with an ensemble in Canada, a group of song leaders who came together to learn it with me, and that was just a real highlight because until then the song had never really been sung or shared, and this is really probably going to be the second time that happens. Okay, so this is for all of us. It's for Reggie and Pat and Sandy and all of the singers and all of the people who share song and lead song. This is what I think we're up to. We are a tribe of singers, a tribe of music bringers, a tribe. We are a tribe, we carry a message, a tribe that joins to sing a blessing, a tribe. We are a tribe, we sing in the moonlight a song, revealing deeper insight, a tribe. We're not alone, we hear each other a drone, a tone, and then another. Our songs will rise to reach the skies, a tribe. We are a tribe of singers, a tribe of message bringers, a tribe. We are connected by songs of the ages, directed by healers and sages, a tribe. We are a tribe of music bringers, a tribe. We are a tribe.
Woo! Wow.
I thought it ended before it ended, so I nearly jumped that last verse. But
Those recordings, they just never do exactly what we want them to do.
What we expect.
Thank you so so much,
That
Maggie.
was
That's
lovely.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the way there was all the rolling stuff. But we were just adding many. Chop.
It was a really fun song to sing with 6 or 7 other singers and put in all that to sing all the stuff that's going on in the background. And I really look forward to being with a group of people in 3D at some point where we can put all of those pieces together.
Yes.
Yes, lovely.
Thank you.
Really lovely.
Let me put that. All right. Great. Wow. We love these concerts as much as you all do, folks. Let me just tell you, because in the before times, we never got to hear our friends perform unless we were on the exact same show as them, which sometimes did happen, but not nearly enough. And so in the at the moment times, we get to spend time with you all and with these wonderful friends of ours, sharing songs and hearing songs and singing along. So you are at a concert. We do invite you to contribute. We have a suggested donation of $20. There are options on the page. You'll see for less or for more, depending on what's happening in your world. But we welcome your support. This is how we are all making our way through this time as a tribe of singers, bringing a message. So we have a song with a message for you.
Yeah, boy, there's the pandemic has not stopped the horrific legislation from coming through in so many of these states. Texas has certainly been a focus on many fronts, and now, gosh, they've even sanctioned vigilantism. Why not? Because we didn't have enough problems. Good God. Wow. Governor Abbott, someone needs to pull you aside. Teach you how to be a human. Let's maybe work on this.
So we wanted to sing this song, especially for that, with that shirt that Pat's wearing, pro-freedom, pro-justice, pro-choice. So this is a song we wrote to sing at the state capitol in Pennsylvania in 2012, I think it was, when they passed the transvaginal ultrasound bill, making it extra hard and extra humiliating for women to go and try to get the health care that is constitutionally available and should remain constitutionally our right. So here we are. At that time when we were singing at that demonstration, there was a woman holding up a sign that said, "I can't believe I have to protest this stuff again." But she did not say stuff on her sign. And so here we are, 9 years later, still needing to sing this song. There's a part for you. I'll sing, "I'm a woman," and you'll sing,
And I have these rights, whether you are one or not.
Just the female generic. Here in this body, I am a woman to my soul, with hips and breasts and belly that you try to control. But the more you constrain me with your laws across the land, the harder I will push back and the stronger I will stand. I'm a woman,
And I have these
we are
rights.
women,
And we have these
we are
rights.
human.
And we have these rights.
Enough is enough. You try to divide us, the straight from the queer, the ones who have the papers from the ones not born here. But we will not be taken with your hatred and spite. We see right through your smoke screen. We're united for the fight. I'm a woman,
And I have these
we are
rights.
women,
And we have these
we are
rights.
human.
And we have these rights.
Enough is enough. The right to freedom,
We have these
the
rights.
right to safety,
We have these rights.
self-expression,
We have these rights.
our own bodies,
We have these rights. We
make decisions,
have these rights.
have our voice,
We have these rights.
join together,
We have these rights to vote.
vote for choice. So listen to the sisters, answer to the wives, heed your granddaughters, all the women in your lives. You will not use our bodies as a way to get ahead, not this election year, and not ever. Remember what your mama said. I'm a
have these
We are
rights.
human.
And we have these rights.
No
is enough. And I have these
We are
rights.
women.
And we have these
We are
rights.
human.
And we have these rights.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Woo! Ouch! Well, all right now.
Oh, thank you, Reggie.
And I have these rights. You know what I'm doing over here.
Oh, I want to hear it. What are you doing over there?
Oh, wait,
Back up.
6 parts. I gotta record them.
Okay.
Oh my lord. Gee, I love you guys. Oh my god. I'm gonna pop something. I think I'm gonna pop something into the chat. Sorry I didn't send these ahead, but da 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 da. Okay, and let's see if I can get the second half in there. Da 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 da. Oh, I don't think so. Oh, well. Well, at any rate, I'm gonna do my latest album, and it's a song that came about right after it came about in captivity. Right after C.T. Vivian died. I got to meet C.T. Vivian in 2015. He was one of the speakers at a conference I was part of, and after 90 years of living and probably 90 years of dealing with oppression and hatred and being beaten and all those, the man who stood on those steps in Selma, Alabama, and pointed his finger in the face of Jim Clark and said, "We are willing to be beaten for democracy." And he meant every word of it. And what he said at that conference was, we were not working against hatred. We were working for love. He said, when you work for something, then you have energy to continue the work, because we know we're going to be working for a long, long time. So this is for C.T. Vivian, but it's for so many other people too. And it's for you, Pat and Sandy, and for you, Maggie Wheeler. And it's for all of us who are having to endure. Yes, we are still fighting. We're still fighting. However, even in fighting, there's joy, because we get to do it together, and we get to celebrate through song. So this is a song called Standing in Freedom's Name. Alabama, 1965, a group of people standing in the rain. They come for revolution that was missing from their lives, came to end the terror and the pain. 400 years of hatred, abuse and savage lies, fighting segregation and despair. Came hope believing that the world would hear their cries. Then one man put his finger in the air. He said, we're willing to be beaten, we will never go away. Did you hear what we had to say? We will never go back, we will never go back. Got our eyes on the prize, got this train on the track. We're here in freedom's name. And there's nothing you can do to make us wear those chains again. Now we stand here remembering that moment, in a future where we say that we are free. But the forces of evil and oppression are still here for every open eye to see. We are fighting in a battle of a lifetime, taking down those hated symbols one by one. Like our elders, we're fighting for the future. In their name, we will do what must be done. We will never be defeated, we will never go away. Did you hear what we have to say? We will never eyes on the prize, got this train on the track. We are here in freedom's name, and there's nothing you can do to make us wear those chains. We will never go back, we will never go back. Got our eyes on the prize, got this train on the track. We are here in freedom's name, and there's nothing you can do to make us wear those chains. Singing freedom, singing freedom, singing freedom. We are here in freedom's name. Whoa, singing freedom, singing freedom, singing freedom. We are here in freedom's name. We'll go back, we will never go back. Got our eyes on the prize, got this train on the track. We are here in freedom's name, and there's nothing you can do to make us wear those chains again.
Ooh,
Lovely.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Lovely, Reg.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I hadn't heard that one before. That's really, really lovely.
Why, thank you.
Yeah. And come on up, Maggie. And I just want to give a shout out to folks who are putting in the chat that there's that Women's March coming up next week. So yes, we are here in freedom's name. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Reg.
Fantastic song, Reggie. Oh my gosh, all these songs. All right. Yeah, it's back to me. So I'm gonna share this last song. Many of you know this song. It's called "Walk with Me," and it's a song that has traveled. I'm so grateful for the way in which it continues to travel. Also, really proud that the Urban Voices Project in Los Angeles, that sings with the unhoused community in Skid Row, has really made this song their anthem, and they just do it such justice, and they sing it everywhere they go, and it's just really, really exciting. This song came to me in a pretty unique way. I was at the Omega Institute teaching, where I met Pat so many years ago, and it was a sort of crossover between the end of a teaching week and the beginning of something else, and there's a little labyrinth there on a hill, and I'm usually so busy I just don't take the time to walk it. And on that day, I had the time, and I thought, oh, I'm just going to put my bag down on this rock, and I'm gonna walk into that labyrinth. And as I began the walk, this song just dropped in. The first three verses of this song came all at once, along with this very urgent sort of sense that I should remember it. And I felt like it was just saying, remember me, remember me. So I sang it all the way in, and then I sang it all the way out, and then I ran to my bag and I grabbed my phone and I made a little recording. Then I sent that recording off to my dear friend Sarah Thompson in Duluth, who was at that time doing a water walk with some incredible indigenous women and along the Missouri River, and they were heading back into Standing Rock at that moment, like the next day. And she said to me, can we add a verse for the water? And so they added a verse for the water. And then in the month that followed, my family suffered an unexpected loss. My 18-year-old nephew passed away in his sleep, and from an undetected heart issue. And it was such a profound shock, that wave that ran through the family and the community. And shortly after, his mother asked if I would sing at his memorial, and so I added two more verses, and then the song it continued to grow. And when the Parkland shooting happened, I added a verse for the children, and when the families were being torn apart at the border, and unfortunately we're looking at so many excruciating images at the border again and still and always, but I added a verse for the suffering, and in this past year, I added a verse for the safety of all Black lives. And so the song has continued to grow, and if you don't know it, I'm sure you'll pick it up very quickly. This is a song to call in our ancestors to be here with us on this walk that we are taking. walk, oops, not yet. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light. I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the service of doing what's right. I walk in the service of doing what's right, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light, the knowledge. I walk with the knowledge that we'll be alright, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light. I walk with my neighbors to fight the good fight, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit for the water is life. I walk for the water is life, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light. I walk with the promise of healing in sight, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit for the children and their right to survive. I walk for the children and their right to survive, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit for the suffering, may we answer their cries. I walk for the suffering, may we answer their cries, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the safety of every black life. I walk in the light. I walk for the safety of every black life, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light, darkest hour. I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. And I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. And I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh,
Love it.
yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. We are bringing everybody up because thank you so much, Maggie, because thank you for giving us that beautiful way to end together with all of those messages of ways that we can walk in the light, ways that we can move in the light, ways that we can be together. That's what I know. It's an honor, I feel like for me to be, knowing you all and knowing that what you do in the world and what we do in the world, what we try to do in the world, and how important it is to me, knowing that you all are out there doing that. So thank you both so much, Maggie Wheeler, Reggie Harris, for joining us here today for our Sunday concert.
Yeah, such a pleasure to have you.
Before we totally wrap up, let me say that we do want to come to each of you and find out what you have going on, but I want to remind folks that as this is a concert, we would love your support. This is how artists are making it in this time. These folks may have Patreon things going on like we do. That's another way you can support us. But today we ask that you make a contribution for the concert. We're suggesting $20 when you get to that page that's on the link in your Facebook or on your Zoom chat here. You'll see that there's lots of options for any amount that works for you. And of course, if it isn't a time that you can contribute, we understand that too. So we're so thrilled that you joined us. And yeah, let's hear from each of you. Reg, what you got coming up? And then we'll swing to you, Meg. And
Well, I will say that I'll share that I just signed a contract to have a book published, a memoir actually. It won't be out for a while, but it doesn't even have a title yet. But it actually was something I did in captivity. The opportunity to work with a co-writer and to just compile the various experiences that have led me to be who I am in the world. So this week was the agreement was signed, and we're going to now go through several processes of bringing that out. I'm also a part of a film. I have a lot of things that are sort of coming out. There's a film called Truth Tellers, and it's a film on Rob Shetterly, who Pat and Sandy know through his portraits that he paints of people, Americans who tell the truth. And so the film Truth Teller was just at the Camden Folk Festival in Maine, but it will also be at the Charlottesville Folk Festival coming up in a few weeks. And in addition to other things, I'm part of the focus of that. They use some of my music, and also the last segment is a concert that I did for Rob Shetterly. And there are other things on my website that are coming up, concert for old songs, and actually I'm doing a concert that won't be available, but for anybody who is in the New York or New Jersey area, the 40th anniversary of the Rural Migrant Worker Ministry is coming up, and I'll be one of the performers for that as well. So
nice. That's
great.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we sang the song that I wrote for them back in the very early days, just this morning on the Daily Antidote.
Oh, wow.
All sorts of connections.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
that's
old
wonderful.
friends.
That's wonderful.
That's lovely.
Thanks, Reg. How about you, Maggie? What you have coming up?
Let's see. Well, my choir is online. We just had our second week, so it's not too late if you want to join the Golden Bridge Choir. All that stuff is up on goldenbridgechoir.com on the schedule page, everything that's going on. I'm holding a special event on the first Sunday of every month, and then on October 3rd, I'll be hosting Coco Love Alcorn, who will be teaching a vocal workshop. And for anybody who doesn't know her, she's absolutely fantastic. So that's open to everybody. And then I've got a bunch of like percolating, exciting, creative projects. I'm working on a CD of these songs that came through during this past year and a half, which I'm excited about. Lord knows when that's going to be fully baked, but I'm in the process. And I'm also working on a children's book that has been a long time in the making. So so there's some things that are kind of, coming up behind, but in the meantime, choir is out there, and there's music on my website, and people can sign up for those special events. Coco Love Alcorn on October 3rd, and Zusa Gonçalves from Brazil on the first Sunday in November. He's an amazing body percussionist, and he's a great teacher. So just lots of fun for people to jump in on.
Wow,
That's lovely.
God, I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about our calendar. What can we come to? Yeah. We love that. Thank you so much. We, as for what we have coming up, we have next Sunday, the Greenwich Village Folk Festival is a Phil Oakes, a tribute to Phil Oakes. Yeah. Are you on that one?
I think you are.
I think you are too.
Thanks, I forgot. I better show up.
You better show up, man. Yeah, and Holly Neer's on that, and Greg Greenway, who's also a mutual friend of ours, and Greg's going to be here with us November 7th to teach a song, and Arne Batson's going to be here on October 24th to teach a song, and those two guests are going to join us on Halloween for their concert at the end of the month. I don't know, in costume or not, I can't really say. Arne seemed excited about costumes, but I haven't run it by Greg. And other than that, I think, what are we doing? We're supposed to be doing something in Georgia that's a disability rights action. Stacey Abrams is supposed to be at, and it was meant to be in person, but who knows? Georgia things are going on that are kind of complicated. So we're thinking about that. But yes, and I'm sure everybody's got a mailing list. Feel free, folks, to go to those links in that have been put in the chat for you in here on Zoom or on Facebook, and you can sign up for everybody's information and participate. So what we're going to do is we always have a hang out here on Zoom after we end our live stream. So folks who are joining us on Facebook Live, thanks for joining us, and you're also welcome to click on the link at the top of your post and come join us in our Zoom hang. And what we love to do is spend the first part of our time where you can address, any of your love or excitement or questions to our guests. And then after that, we'll do our hang that we've been doing for 18 months.
And
hanging out.
we will release them to their busy lives.
That's
and
right.
then we'll hang for a little longer and hear celebrate birthdays and do all those things that we do.
Yeah, so thanks so much for joining us on Facebook Live. Thanks so much to our team, our tech team, and we're going to be celebrating a tech team birthday in our Zoom hang. So do come and join us. Much love to y'all.
Take
Thanks
care,
for joining
Facebook.
us, Facebook Live.
Come join us.